This is 5 on your side at 4. Focused on you.
This afternoon, residents of Belleville are mourning the loss of former Mayor Mark Eckert. The 67-year-old died Wednesday after a 7-month-long battle with cancer. Thanks so much for being here at 4. I'm Kate Quinn. Brent Solomon is on assignment. Eckert was the city's second longest serving mayor. 5 on your side's Travis Cummings is live in Belleville, where he talked with many people today who knew him. Travis?
Former Mayor Mark Eckert spent 16 years and 4 months exactly leading the city of Belleville. He left office here in 2021. Before that, he served on city council for 7 years. That's how committed he was. Take a look here. Friends here in City Hall say he was a big supporter of art on the square and the revitalization of downtown and business in general. A lifelong Belleville resident, he was committed to area non-for-profits organizations. He impacted many lives through the Franklin Neighborhood Community Association and Catholic urban programs where he helped feed disadvantaged children. The husband, father, and grandfather worked tirelessly as a Boy Scout leader for many years. Current Mayor Patty Gregory says Belleville had his heart.
I would say his first love was his family and his friends, and his second love, but still right close in dead heat was the city of Belleville. He had an impact on generations of people here in our community.
All right, let's get you to some service information here. His visitation will be held at St. Paul United Church of Christ on Sunday, June 18th. That's from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. And Monday, you can also visit June 19th, 9:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. The funeral will be following that on Monday at noon. We're live in Belleville. Travis Cummings, 5 on your side.
Thank you, Travis. New right now, for the first time in more than a decade, city residents could see a water rate increase. Just hours ago, the Board of Aldermen passed a bill that would raise city water rates. The bill calls for a $5 a month increase. Mayor Tashora Jones pushed for it, saying it will cost about $400 million to fix the city's water system. The decision comes after 17 water main breaks in the city since Friday. A promising update from Tennessee. Janae Edmondson's mother shared that her most recent surgery went well and her daughter is recovering. The teenager lost her legs after being struck by a car in downtown St. Louis. She was in town for a volleyball tournament. Edmondson recently graduated high school and celebrated her 18th birthday. Her mom also shared on her GoFundMe that the next step is the prosthetics process. The Regional Arts Commission announced nearly $4.5 million in grants to 350 artists and organizations in St. Louis City and County. This all comes as St. Louis is gaining national attention for our blossoming art scene. Forbes recently published an article saying St. Louis has the, quote, most exciting emerging art district in America. All right, let's take a live look at Busch Stadium. Sunny and in the 90s, another beautiful day. Nothing like the weather they've been seeing south of us. Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell here with the Weather First forecast.
Yeah, really our only concern is the air quality that we're dealing with across the bi-state area at this point. We still have the orange air quality, which is unhealthy for sensitive groups through this afternoon. Likely we're going to see that extended a bit here as we head towards the weekend since the winds aren't picking up all that much. Looking out in St. Charles right now, you can see that it's a little bit on the hazy side out there. A couple of clouds, but also notice that sky's not all that blue. And again, that's from wildfire smoke that is aloft. So that's not impacting our air quality here close to the ground. The orange air quality is for those ground level ozone levels that are right now in the orange category, probably will be through 7 or 8 o'clock this evening. There's a live look over at the Kirkwood Farmers Market right now. Still have some plants out there that would love to have a home. And here's what's going on weather-wise across the rest of the bi-state region. Not much. It's pretty quiet here across Missouri and Illinois. The big focus for thunderstorms, again, back coming out of Colorado into Kansas and then much farther to our south. The areas that have been unsettled are still unsettled while we're just trying to get a few drops of rain in many spots. More on that coming up in a few minutes, Kay.
All right, sounds great. Thank you, Scott. Right now, the number of candidates in the Republican primary continues to grow. The candidates trying to stay on message as there continues to be so much focus on former President Trump's indictment. Meanwhile, President Biden is keeping his focus on his presidential duties with an event today outlining new actions to protect consumers from hidden junk fees. NBC's Alice Barr reports from Washington.
A week after the federal indictment of former President Donald Trump on charges he knowingly mishandled classified documents and misled investigators, new national polling still shows him 30 points ahead of his next closest rival in the 2024 Republican primary, with 3/4 of those questions saying the charges have no impact or make them more likely to vote for him.
He could run from his jail cell.
Got it.
And if he does, he still will win.
Other candidates are struggling to break through the noise, still having to address the frontrunner's legal woes. Former Vice President Mike Pence facing blowback on a conservative radio show for not committing to pardon Mr. Trump if convicted.
I just think it's premature to have any conversation about that right now, guys. I really
Why would
do.
you? But hold on. To me, not answering is a no.
We either stand by the rule of law or we don't.
Today, a new face entering the race.
I'm going to run for president. I'm going to run for your children and mine.
Miami Mayor Francis Suarez is the third Floridian and first Hispanic in a field of 11 Republican candidates, all fighting for undecided voters.
We need to take a look at all of them, to be fair.
The only major Democratic candidate, President Biden, focused on his official duties, speaking today about his administration's efforts to end hidden fees on everything from concert tickets to airline fares, an issue he hopes will resonate with voters as he too looks for a place in the conversation dominated by Donald Trump. The Trump campaign has been fundraising off of his latest legal troubles and says that it's raised more than $6.6 million since word of the indictment broke last week. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Life can be complicated. Where you can get some free advice along with lunch and books for the kids. Celebrating Black culture and community in North St. Louis County. We'll tell you about free events scheduled during 5 days of joy. Time by the pool can be one of the biggest joys of summer and one of the biggest dangers. The important message from a local mom who lost her young son in a pool accident.